Hi everybody, welcome back. I'm Brandon Alter, and this is your Numinous Tarot forecast for the week of December 6th, 2018. So there is a lot of energy happening today. The first big piece is that Mercury has gone direct today at 27 degrees Scorpio. So maybe you've already started to feel it, like a great wind carrying you forwards. It's also new moon in Sagittarius today. So that's a lot of energy for initiating new beginnings. However, the piece of Mercury retrograde is that Mercury is still in what we would call the shadow phase. So if we think about it, Mercury started in Sagittarius a couple of weeks ago, went retrograde, and moved all the way back into Scorpio. Now it's moving forwards again, but going over the same part of the sky that it went backwards over. So this is kind of your take 3. It's still redo and renew, but now moving forwards as opposed to moving back. And then what's a new moon? Well, a new moon is when you can't see it in the sky. It's when the sun and the moon kind of join up. It happens every month, or moonth, as I like to say. And in Sagittarius, the sign of truth-seeking, the sign of philosophy and travel and adventure, it's really an opportunity for you to pick up a new truth, to begin a new adventure. So I encourage you to begin that process today, even a little ritual. And what's a ritual? I always say a ritual is a spiritual play that you put on for yourself. So you can light a candle, you can dance around, you can bury a crystal in the backyard. The most important thing is that you feel it. You feel it initiating something in you. So try to take some time this evening or even tomorrow, because I think the new moon portal's open for about 48 hours, and initiate something in your heart, something about truth and what is true for you. All right, so let's get to the card. The card I pulled for this week for all of us is the Four of Cups. In this deck, which is a gorgeous deck by my friend James R. Eads called the Prisma Visions Tarot, it's called the Four of Chalices. And the Four of Chalices, if you remember, we had another four 2 weeks ago, are about foundations. Well, the Four of Pentacles was about a foundation that you could see, touch, taste, smell, and hear. This is about an emotional foundation. So my funny little way to talk about the Four of Cups is like when you have that like fourth drink at the end of the night and that's the one that puts you over the edge and then you're like paying for it the next day. Or like when your bag is overweight at the airport and you have to pay for it. You don't just like get waved through by the nice like gate agent. So what we're really talking about here is taking some time away, taking some time to turn inwards. It's like you had an overdoing aspect and now you have to withdraw in order to find your new emotional baseline, your new emotional foundation. And that makes a lot of sense when I think about Mercury having gone direct and a new moon in Sagittarius. It's like this is the opportunity for a new emotional foundation. We do not have to be beholden to the past. We do not have to be beholden to the way that we did things. Just because you've done something the same way for 32 years doesn't mean that you can try something new in your 33rd year. And that's kind of what the Four of Cups gives us the permission to do, to say, okay, I used to be really reactionary. I used to be triggered by these things. I used to be like an angry, nasty person or have a lot of road rage, and I'm choosing to heal myself and do it differently. So as you move through this week, and we're getting close to the holidays, you can feel it, that manic energy, it's okay to withdraw. It's okay to take some time for yourself, to turn inwards, solitude. Even this card, we can see this guy, he's sitting by the banks of the river taking some time for himself. Now, this card came in upside down. That wasn't a mistake when I showed it to you that way. It's a reversal, and I do work with reversals. So what the hell is a reversal? A reversal is when a card comes in upside down. And what does that mean? I don't think it changes the energy of the card. It's the same energy. It's reading you. You are in some way reversed to receiving this. So how are we reversed to things? Well, fear, resistance, doubt, anxiety. But sometimes we're reversed to things because we're addicted to them. Remember, we talked about addiction a little bit last week with the devil. So maybe you're addicted to always changing up your emotional foundation. You're one of those people that's like, you know, a different person every month of the year. Maybe instead of always seeking out the newness, it's time to really cement something for yourself. Or perhaps the reversal is that you really are just really resistant to trying something new, to turning away from all of the noise and the ruckus of the outer world and coming into your own inner world. So I can't tell you how the reversal is going to be. you're going to have to tell me how you experienced the reversal. But I can tell you, when the card comes in upside down, it's the same energy, it's just in a different costume. I sometimes think, like, if the card is somebody that you invited over to a party, then instead of coming in through the back and through the front door, it's coming in through the back door, or through the window. Or at my mom's house, if we get locked out, we have to crawl through the dog door. And the dog looks at us like, what the hell are you doing? So just know that it's the same energy, but it's just maybe coming through in a way that you wouldn't expect it. And that's okay. That's actually exciting. But the real key for this week is to find a new emotional foundation for yourself, a new emotional baseline. And nobody can give that to you. You're going to have to give it to yourself. So have a great week, and I will see you next week for another Tarotscope.